Throughout history, human civilizations have witnessed many violent and bloody conflicts that have left a profound impact on the world. These conflicts have caused enormous human suffering, destroyed countless lives, and changed the course of history. In this video, we'll show you the bloodiest conflicts in the history of the world. Number 10. The Civil War of America. In terms of casualties, the Civil War of America was the bloodiest as well as deadliest battle ever fought in the history of mankind. The warfare makes its mark as one of the deadliest wars ever fought in the history of mankind. The war took place between the Confederacy states and the Union. The gruesome warfare is also described as the war between the states. The Civil War of America presented a scenario that involved simmering tension between the southern and northern states of America, which had been dragged into a state of war because of pressing issues such as the rights of the states, slavery, and sectional differences. The blood feud continued to go on from the year 1861 to 1865. It is the Union which ultimately won the battle in the end. Number 9. Chinese Civil War. The Chinese Civil War happens to be a worthy mention in this video. It was a civil war of a grave sort. The war was the upshot of a dispute which brewed between the Republic of China as well as the KMT, or the Kuomintang government. This particular civil war in the Chinese soil continued from 1927 till the mid of 1951 at a stretch. The chief reason behind this brutal war was to determine a legitimate Chinese government. It was definitely a battle over the issue of legitimacy. Thus, this civil war will always have its grandeur as well as importance in the course of mankind's history. This struggle over the issue of legitimacy went on for a very long span of time. Ultimately, it was the Communist Party which took over the control and a new regime started in China at the end of the Chinese Civil War. Number 8. Taiping Rebellion. Taiping Rebellion is known to be a battle that was fought with a great deal of religious conviction. The war had been initiated in the year 1850, and it continued to grow in strength, as well as stretch till 1864. The economic conditions which rained havoc in various quarters of China also took shape in the form of the war. The revolt was meant to overrule the reign of the Qing. A strong desire of having found a sturdy central control was one of the chief reasons working behind this rebellion. Chinese civilians joined the rebellion in millions. According to the annals, this warfare claimed over 20 million Chinese lives. It is the name of Hong Xiuquan which is immortally associated with the very existence of Taiping Rebellion. Hong Xiuquan led the people of China in this deadly conflict and went on to claim victory. It is because of the efforts of Hong Xiuquan that China could envision a much-needed political upheaval. Number 7. The War of Kalinga. The War of Kalinga bears testimony to one of the deadliest as well as bloodiest feuds in the history of mankind. The grievous war was fought back in 261 BC during the reign of the Mauryan Empire. The war took place between Emperor Ashoka and the Indian state of Kalinga. The war took place because of Ashoka's ambition of claiming Kalinga as part of his empire. Ashoka's army pounced on Kalinga, and after a fatal warfare his army had claimed victory over the army of Kalinga. However, the fatality and brutality of the Kalinga War were such that it had changed Ashoka forever. It is presumed that more than 100,000 soldiers were killed in the war. Ashoka vowed that he would never resort to violence and make a probe in any warfare after he experienced the ghastly impact of the war. Number 6. The Second Sino-Japanese War. The Second Sino-Japanese War has to be mentioned in this inventory. This is a war which is known to be a military conflict. The Second Sino-Japanese War was an upshot of the conflict that raged between China as well as Japan. The Jinan incident proved to be a vital part of this war. Japan decided to move into this battle with a view to obtain territorial gains in the mainland of China. Number 5. World War I. It is the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria which acted as the starting point of this great warfare. Historians would choose to refer to this great warfare as WW1 or the First World War. This epoch-making global conflict initiated in 1914. It had developed in stature in the upcoming dour years, and then it came to a halt in 1918, precisely on the November 11th. The deadliest of warfare had surfaced. The United States, Middle East, Europe, Russia, Turkey, Asia, and even Africa. In the least, more than 5 million civilians had succumbed in this warfare. Number 4. World War II. Historians would choose to refer to this Great Warfare as WW2. The Great Warfare started from 1939. The war went on till 1945. The war is celebrated in the pages of history because of the enormous powerhouses involved in the war. The two major opposition groups were Axis powers as well as allies. It is crucial to note that there were more than 30 countries which took place in World War II. Number 3. The 30 Years' War. The 30 Years' War has witnessed enough bloodshed and gruesome conflicts. The war has been defined as a skirmish which continued for a whopping time span of 30 years. The precise dates were recorded as between the years of 1618 and 1648. Historians would like to look at it as an extensively devastating as well as legal warfare in the history of Europe. Number 2. The Dungan Revolt. While thrashing out on the top 10 bloodiest conflicts in the history, you will be advised to learn more Dunga's Revolt. The Dungan Revolt was the upshot of a great conflict which brewed following the heinous massacres of Han Chinese. The conflict was characterized by a set of massacres as well as migration. There were various ethnic Muslim communities that had been directly involved in the revolt. Number 1. Russian Civil War. An abrupt and immediate reference to the illustrious Russian Civil War has to be made in this regard. The Civil War in Russia was a vehement initiative which was aimed at tearing the geographical unity of Russia. Lenin's Bolsheviks assumed a role of great importance in this war. The war had lasted more than 3 years. To be precise, the war continued till 1921 since its inception in the year 1918. Apart from civilians, there were militaries, eminent people from various foreign lands as well as monarchists, directly involved in the war. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you haven't already, then don't forget to subscribe and press that like button. Also, hit the bell icon, so you can never miss new updates from us. Thank you for watching, and we will meet you in the next one.